Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Last Days of Europe with me, Alpha Pi Omega, in Spears, Germany. So, it has been a few days since I last recorded. I pre-recorded most of the episodes and frankly I feel really bad right now because the one thing that I wanted to do is save the student militia divisions that were right here, but looking at it from any way I can, I don't think we will be able to, as they have heavily reinforced this area and we will just not make it through, or at least that's my opinion. We'll have to test it, but yeah, with the amount of fuel that we have, with the amount of operations that we have, I don't think this is going to happen. In the north, however, the rest of the operation is going well. We broke through. We're going to take Kiel within a few hours, maybe days maximum, and we'll be fine. So at least this area is making me happy and content. But the situation in the south is not doing me any favors. So what I think we have to do here is we have to stop this offensive. And we have to stop this offensive. And we'll actually need to... And we need to... How long do you have? 7 days. Okay. Well, I think we have to stop all of this and recommence. So you guys are gonna attack here. You will be split between two territories. I don't think you can join, right? Yeah, probably can't. So we'll throw you in. And we'll hope that at least at one part of this line we can break through. Because if that happens, we can still most likely break through this tank. Though it is a mountainous province, so I'm not sure. But I'm gonna do my best to save them. But I don't see it very well, to be quite honest. I think we might lose this, but we'll see. Anyway, in the north, as I mentioned, our units are moving into positions. So let's send them there. We have some reserve divisions here that we could use, so let's send them into the territory of the front line as well. And you guys are also safe. So here we got, okay, they're retreating they're actually sending one of this division to Kiel to help with the fighting. So once we take Kiel, it might be a good idea to continue pushing north. I don't think they have any... Yeah, Kiel is the last port that they can vacate from. So once we get this port, there's no way for them to actually, evacuate or send in reinforcements. What's bothering me though is the fact that our fuel situation is really bad. So hopefully with... the operations in the south stopped, and with the regrouping in the north, it is going to get better. Let's actually send you using rail so that we don't use fuel. Because that would be unfortunate. I'm gonna go this way as well. Okay, so with that said, let's see how the operations in the south are gonna start. Yeah, we're winning both in Freiburg and in here. Oh! We estimate we can win this within a day? Same here. 6 days. There still could be a chance. Kazakh Soviet Socialist Republic declared war on the Islamic Republic of Kostanay. Kyrgyz Soviet Republic... Oh, here's Kostanay. Yeah, well, Kinetic Cavalleria. Russia is 21. What the? Oh yeah, that's the Reichsko. Yeah. I wonder what's gonna happen with the anarchy here. If it's gonna form some kind of nations fracture, or if it's just gonna be like a no man's land for a couple of months and then something. Also, there was a really interesting comment about, let's address that, about Dönitz joining Bormann. Now, I know that there has been historically a lot of animosity between the higher-ups in Germany, but I would like to stress that, yeah, they might have hated themselves in the past, but this is literally, what, 20 years after the end of, or 18 years after the end of the Second World War. So a lot could have happened in that time. Just don't disregard that. Like, people change. I have, I'm 35, and I don't believe I have anyone I would have the same relations with as I had, long time ago, or this long ago. Okay, so Kiel is ours. We've gained 3 dockyards. Okay then. I'm not exactly... Okay, 48. Add some production units here, though. I don't think that's gonna happen. Actually, the moment this attack fails, we might actually push towards Rostock, because they probably won't be able to defend. And well, this attack is going. Well, let's see. This is still a priority, though. Come on. If at least half of them could be saved, I would be so happy. And I thought we could have done much better there, but it turns out we probably can't. Okay, 87% here, 61. Řád Timozasovi Rzeczpospolitej Polskiej has defeated the Dutch general government in war. Okay, so that's basically Poland, right? Yeah, Poland. These names are a bit weird. I don't know why they use different naming conventions for the existing states and the states in, the actual game descriptions, but alright. Okay, so the current daily consumption has dropped significantly, and that makes me happy. We have to use infantry more, though, because the situation that's happening here now, I don't think we will be able to do much. Okay, Kiel captured. Kiel, one of Germany's greatest ports and the metaphorical gatekeep of the Kiel Canal, has fallen. Fighting in Jutland has steadily creeped northwards, and the city was not spared to the horrors of war. The canal lays mostly unused. Only husks of ships line the embankment now, with the occasional pontoon bridge dotting the landscape. The fighting in the city itself was brief but fierce. Perhaps as many as 3,000 civilians tried to escape the war zone by boat, but the harbor had been mined. Most of the shipping was sunk as a result, along with their human cargo. Göring's men, meanwhile, laced most of the major parts of Kiel with explosives and used the resulting destruction and chaos to withdraw from the city at the expense of the civilians. Göring has been driven out of the strategically important city, and the rest of Jutland lays open, but the human cost has once again been great. So we gain 5% stability, 5% war support, 15 political power, and 5 legitimacy. So we can convert a bit into influence, because we're gonna get a bit more. Okay, so considering... Well, let's wait a bit more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do... We'll breach this and move the line, but we won't be able to do anything else here, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure of it. Okay, the attack here has also been finished. Okay, daily consumption 1.6 thousand. Okay, current fuel 849. But we'll make it. Yeah, there goes one of the student units. There goes another one. Unfortunately, we failed them. So what I expect to happen now is we're gonna take Rostock? Is that Rostock? Yeah, we're gonna take Rostock and then stop. Same in here. We won't push this line much further. Let's just make sure that we do what we came to do, and then we're done. Okay, I'm gonna stop you guys from this attack. I don't want to confuse Zero. Okay. So we actually dropped here. Aha, the fuel situation. Okay. The current, the consumption is still too high. Okay. Well, that's not good. How bad are we? River crossing one? No, not very bad. They just reinforced. So that's not something we need to be super wary of. The attack here is succeeding. The attack here is also succeeding. Then we'll have to just stand and stop. So I'll just take Freiburg. And from Freiburg we'll have a better... We'll get an additional way how to attack the south. But it would make sense to probably push it this way and have these three areas eventually. But without fuel we won't be doing much in the end, to be quite honest. Okay, let's send you guys into the fight and stop you. It's gonna lower the consumption even more. Oh, come on. Okay, with Freiburg almost done. Yeah, there's one last unit there. We'll be attacked. We'll be able to relaunch the attack south and see what there's gonna be. Capture München, capture Wien, capture Leipzig. Sabotage infrastructure and some other stuff that we don't need right now. Oh damn, they're reinforcing here heavily. I'm surprised. They also reinforced here. So all of the fights currently are being prolonged. Oh! We have the enemy here. Submarines. Unfortunately, we don't have fuel to send out our ships. Okay, Freiburg has been taken. You guys can't really support here, can you? Well, you can repel this counter-attack, and then you might be able to help. Okay, gotcha. Dang, this is heavy fighting here. Jesus. Same here. I don't think sending the tanks in the fight is gonna do us any good, because they're gonna just run out of fuel, but you really need to breach. What's our chance of joining? 9%. Okay. Okay, we're winning all of the fights, with the exception of this one. Okay, so let me just join in with you. And what's your chance? Is too little. Too little. They're going to relaunch this because we need to push them out, and I want to give them extra time. Unread convoy combat. They sank all of our convoys. That is fine. We're pushing in here. That is fine. Yeah, river cross. Oh my god, these. Well, the tanks are acting as a shield basically, so at least that's something. But we really need to stop that fight over there. No, you were not supposed to do that. You were supposed to support this attack, but not attack yourself. And we really need to chill. The fact that we have 0 fuel is awful. Operationszone Paulusburg declared war on SPG winners. Adolfstadt. Oh, is that? Okay. Operation St. Petersburg. Holy hell, yeah. This is the resettlement of of the Reichskommissariat Moscovian. So we get St. Petersburg here as an independent area, 5 divisions at war with all of you. Ingria, okay. Then we have, what was it? There was more Operationszone. Yeah, Operationszone Orloi. 5 to 9 divisions. You are at war with whom? Okay, you have 2 neighbors. Not for Verwaltung Paulusburg and Operationszone Paulusburg. No, this is Operationszone Adolfstadt. Okay, shouldn't you guys be working together? Or as military junta, though. Oh god, yeah, this is another pretty much complete collapse. Tver autonomy, Kaluga, Orvo, special forces, Shishki. Jesus. Shishki, Warwardism. Okay, well, we have this area back on the map, but oh my god, this is going to be just another insane massacre. Okay, so this area is done. We're gonna finally take control of this area, but here we are losing. They kept reinforcing until it just doesn't seem like we can do anything. Not without sending in more units though. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop wasting units here and their lives. Though this area is now in grave danger of being attacked, so let's send you in there to reinforce. Here we're gonna win. Here we're gonna win. And then we just need to really stop and recuperate, because we don't have any fuel whatsoever. Still missing a lot of anti-tank, but other than that we're doing good. We'll have to push north in here, because we need to take these units and move them to this area, so that we can strategically redeploy them, or, you know, having this border is just useless for us. So let's hope we can do something. Oh, please don't tell me they will reinforce yet again. Oh, they didn't. Okay. And we're there. So tanks can go. You can attack. And you can support this attack. Because we need to continue. There's no point in stopping now. Daily consumption. Okay, 722. They again 840. So we should be fine. In 7 hours. You will be there in 13 hours. You will be there in 7 hours. And we will be there in 6 hours. Okay. So we'll take it. After all this fighting, South will be claimed. Okay. We finished the 1960s depth charges. which is great, but that doesn't really help us at this point at all. So let's put you on something else. Yeah, we're starting to get to the better areas. Industrial management, administrative building construction, max buildings in a state. Early industrial robotics seems like something we will need. Production efficiency cap and factory output is exactly what we need, even though if it's gonna take a year to achieve. So if these guys are gonna continue with their attack, this will actually allow us to launch a counterattack here, which will be fairly effective. Flensburg, naval gain, data consumption 723. Come on, you ought to be able to help us here. And well, we should be able to do something here too. 40. Now they've been joined with okay, let's risk this. See if it's gonna work. It ought to. Yeah, it's working. You guys support this? Okay, you got so exhausted. You will arrive there in 15 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I don't know why I dropped out of that fight, but it was a mistake. Ha! But it worked. We were victorious in the end. Okay, yeah, this forward position is being attacked and managed to hold. That's good. We're winning here. That's also good. So with a bit of dedication, we are managing to push the Fall Grau to its logical conclusion, and even the Operation Zud has yielded some good news, but not in a way that I would have expected. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to save the units that we wanted to, which is painful because I feel like we betrayed them, but we tried our very best, and it just, you know, if they didn't reinforce so heavily in the south, we might have won. But my issue was also that we didn't focus the attack on the vulnerable areas. All seemed vulnerable. We should have been a bit more careful. Well, what can you do? The Macedonian War, since the dawn of the post-war order, Bulgaria has been known for its relative stability among its allies in the Pact. Yet today, even it has been burned by the impending collapse of the Reich. While reports are unclear, it seems that the pullback of German troops from Macedonia into Serbia has led to a collapse in Bulgarian authority in the region. Okay. Already several major towns have been overtaken, including Bitola, from which Democratic Federal Macedonia has formed a governing assembly. Insiders in Sofia claim the crisis has been an equal effect in the Bulgarian government, as the General Staff revolt against Boris III's methods and demand an end to his controversial army reform project. The Prussia of the Balkans finds its full. In Muscovian's darkest time, SPG Winners has robbed Notfall Verwaltung Paulsburg of Destiny's blessing. Oh my god, that's so dark. Okay, you are really starting to make me angry with this. So let's send the tanks against the Bundeswehr to stop them from reinforcing. Let's send you here, because we have been constantly river crossing here, being murdered, and I don't enjoy that. Yes, and now you even reinforced, so really, screw me. This is just... The Croatian winter. Okay, how's this looking? Pretty good. Yeah, there's a potential for a further push here. The Croatian winter. There was a time, perhaps now only remembered by greybeards and idealists, when Croatia was a beacon of tolerance, a multi-ethnic, multi-confessional state that served the interests of many, not the few. Now the triumph of the victorious Ustaše seems to guarantee that those days are gone forever. It's hard to imagine what threat undesirables could pose to Croatia, given that Italian rule has brought about their general subjugation, but whatever it is, it's apparently fearsome enough to justify the harsh reprisals currently being conducted by Ustaše stormtroopers. Okay, independent state of Croatia. Much different in shape from current state of Croatia. As the blood of more unworthy flows, and the jackboots march through yet another European city, Croatia's overlords and protector, Italy, is already starting to mobilize against the black menace at their border. The Italian Empire has already ousted the Ustaše once, and they will most likely do so again. Even Italy doesn't have any peace, any chill. So this is a hills province. So what if we launched an attack like this? We are crossing the border, but they are attacking, and the moment they stop, we can launch a counter-offensive over there. Okay, the tanks were successful in breaking through here. So I'm thinking they can now support the attack on Thunberg. Decisions available. Actually, no, let's send you in here, which will mean that these two units will get encircled and destroyed. And I'm gonna leave one of you here. So wait, what kind of decisions? Capture Wien, capture München, convert legitimacy. Yeah, okay, so this fight is gonna be over soon. Now the thing is, we need to kind of balance ourselves between Göring's Germany and Bormann's Germany, because I really don't want to see too much on one side and too little on another. Like, okay, wait, but what is happening here? Here we have the Göring's Germany, here we have the Bormann's Germany. Ah, okay, so this is Göring, Bormann. So wait, why is this one darker? Bormann, Göring. Okay, that's a bit weird, but fine. I'm a bit confused, not sure what's going on with that. Okay, so you are now getting eliminated. That is actually perfectly fine. Okay, you launch the attack. You can, from Kiel, move already over there. And now we need you guys to support this attack on all fronts. And we are going to support an element here, which will be the end of Fall leaving us with just Fall Süd, or Operation South. But then we'll need to somehow push here as well. I need to take Szczecin and get there as fast as possible. Which I think might be possible pretty quickly if we play our cards correctly. In the aftermath of the 14th Army invasion, the US forces in the Philippines has conquered Gunsei-Kaigo. Okay, so Philippines have been secured. Cool. So the Japanese invasion has been repelled. Just look at this mess. Oh my god. Okay, and we have eliminated the forces in here, and that allows us now to move our forces south. So, all of you will strategically redeploy to Schwerin. We'll get in here, which means you guys can get in here, because we need to save that territory. Okay, and we'll end this episode by taking these hills, which actually opens up a really nice potential for us to launch an attack towards Stuttgart. This area is very lightly defended, it seems. Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, we reinforced here, which is great. All of these guys are attacking, okay. So that actually opens a possibility for an attack here towards Rostock. Or with a bit of luck, we might actually break through. Well, even though they're actually sending more reinforcements in now. Special Forces Shishki declared war on Ref autonomy. Special Forces Shishki declared war on Luftflotte 1945. Shishki on Operation Moscow. Special Forces Shishki, where are you? And why do you want to hate everyone? I can find them all. Look at them next time. You guys can launch an attack here. And push away from Rostock, which ought to work. There's peace in the south. Rostock has fallen to our forces. Though we still need to secure it. The Ural Military District declared on the West Siberian People's Republic. Does anyone else need more confirmation that this area is just falling apart? Okay, get in there, and we have secured the area. Okay, so this officially means the end of Faulgrau and Faulsud, and in the next episode we will have to figure out what we're gonna do next. My suggestion is we're gonna sit tight, regain some fuel, regain some equipment, though we have eliminated quite a lot of forces, so we have done good on that part. But we still need to finish a lot of research. We need to do, yeah, more legitimacy. So convert that. We need to look at our options, our plans, create some kind of long-term solution to the push toward Göring and Bormann. And as I mentioned, we need to make sure that we actually push equally. I know that sounds stupid, but I cannot have, for example, fighting Bormann, taking the brunt of his forces, and then Göring swooping in and taking some valuable territory. But again, that's going to be the question of what we're going to do. So let's just read the Rostock captured and then call it a day. Once one of the busiest harbors on the Baltic Sea, Rostock has been left thoroughly ravaged as the civil war makes its way to northern Germany. The citizens of Rostock watched with dread as the fighting crept closer and closer to the city. Hopeful citizens rejoiced when the enemy advance stopped just short of the city. The celebrations were cut short as the shocking artillery and aerial bombardment rocked the entirety of the city. It is suspected that the would-be conquerors were simply tired of the protracted resistance, and that such a brazen show of strength would break the city's spirit. The bombardment had the opposite intended effect. The civilians, who had up to this point been indifferent supporters of Göring, rose up in anger and in defense of their homes. Saying the line between civilian and soldier was blurred is a vast understatement. After sustaining heavy small arms fire from plainclothes civilians all across the ruins, many people wearing plainclothes were simply shot on sight in the streets, with few exceptions. In response, the fighting took to the underground. The city's vast drainage and sewer system were extensively used by Göring and his newfound allies to great effect. So great, in fact, that the underground system were allegedly gassed more than once, and combat engineers were deployed to collapse the tunnels, increasing the damage to the already destroyed city. Rostock University, one of the oldest centers of higher education in the world and headquarters of the defenders, was hit multiple times by ballistic missiles, completely leveling it. It wasn't until after the fighting concluded that the attackers learned that it was actually being used as a hospital and refuge for suffering citizens. Not a single soldier was killed in the strikes, and there were well over 1,000 dead buried in the rubble. Well, good luck, good job, thank you for all the fish. Göring's men, bloodied and battered, have retreated from the broken bones of the city, covered by his air force. For the time being, it looks like Göring is being put on the defensive in northern Germany. This scene is becoming shockingly repetitive. But we gain more stability, more war support, more political power. And we are actually winning. Our forces are about, I'd say about 80% of the enemy combined. We have more industrial potential now than both of them, and we have more forces than both of them. So again, my plan is going to be to stay put for a bit, recuperate, reinforce, work through some of the focuses before renewing the push. Though we might actually do small-scale operations, like this area is pretty much screaming to be conquered, this area is, and I think that Stuttgart was one of the... No, it wasn't. But taking Stuttgart would be beneficial for us in the end. I mean, we've done exceedingly well, and we are more than capable of winning this. But the situation at this point, we'll need to be careful. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.